we had a great chat the other day.
Yeah, we did.
How I likened it to, okay, photography is about seeing and music is about hearing, but when we record music, it's a bit like recording
like a song.
the image.
Mm-hmm.
So where we went with that one was, I remember the day when we had a vinyl record, and they're coming back now, and you put the stylus on the record and the record turned, and it picked up the vibrations, and it put the vibrations into an amplifier which had valves in it which were warm. They weren't transistors, and there was an organic process to that, and the ambience was so much different to a digital system, which was pretty much binary, ones and zeros.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have that organic flow. It was yes, no kind of. So audibly, there's a difference, and visually there's a difference. We've gone from an organic process in both of those to a digital process. And for me, the digital process is a bit too binary. Yeah.
So you don't like the digital done?
I do in some respects. It's convenient, it's easy. You know, I can be chasing a sailing ship and I can be on a speedboat and I'm getting thrown around and I can shoot as many as I want, and then the wave can hit the camera and I wipe it, I miss that shot, okay, not mind, let's go back. It would be an absolute nightmare with film, but it'd be more of a challenge.
I mean, with
film
like nowadays we have loads of stabilizers, even for like in movies with the car.
Gimbals and stuff like that, I mean, it really is challenging at sea though. You'll see the shot you want and you'll try and get there, and then those ships are moving, you're moving, everything's moving.
But for photography, do you use the gimbals and the stabilizers, or no, it's just freehand?
Yeah, I try very much to use freehand. I don't like to be restricted. I like to have freedom of movement. I like to pan. I like to... I'm up, down, in, out, right, you know?
Yeah.
It's a very physical thing, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You need good core strength as well when you're on a small... Not that I look like I've got it. When you're on
to keep the balance.
Yeah, keep your balance.
And if you get a bit of wave, you cannot...
I'll tell you a story. I was shooting for... we were shooting Prince Albert sailing sloop. It's a 75-foot J-class, 100-year-old boat. It's absolutely beautiful boat.
Huge as well.
There's not many... Yeah, with 17 crew. There's not many of these boats left in the world, and they come to Monaco for a regatta and a race.
Mm-hmm.
And
so they sail from wherever to Monaco.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all there in their finery and they're all polished up and all the brass is gleaming and the boats look amazing, and they go on this race. I was with my friend and I had the privilege of being given a reaver, you know? I was in a reaver and we thought, wow, we got all this horsepower, we can catch these boats. Anyway, I just could see in the distance the 4 main boats in a perfect symmetry coming together, one there, one there, with our boat, Tuiga, which is the Prince's boat, in the front. And I said to my friend, I said, we've got to get there quick. Like that, we shot across it. And I remember I stood up and I just went, like I could feel myself, I fell, and as I fell, I shot it.
Yeah.
And my ribs hit the gunnels of the boat, like bam, like that. And I go, and he goes, "You okay?" And I'm going, "Yeah."
At least I took that shot.
And I looked, I just knew I got it, I just looked up digital.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done that with film.
No,
I looked on the back of the camera. And it didn't matter. I could have broken all my ribs. When I saw that shot, I was just so elated. It was absolutely perfect symmetry. Everything was right. And I presented that picture to the yacht club, and it hangs there now. And it's Tuiga winning. Yeah, it's just incredible. So, yeah, and they go, "Oh, monsieur, you're so good." I didn't tell them. There was a lot of luck involved, but I suppose it was a mixture.
Especially with boats, because you have to find. You said perfect symmetry. It's hard to get because everybody goes where they want to.
Yeah, there's too many dynamics at play. You know.
There's the wind, there's the weather, the seas.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's water hitting your lens, and you're just going to hit the perfect shot, and your lens is covered in water.
Yeah,
It's just so many variables that can go wrong. But on that particular moment, everything went right. And when they said,
Thank
"Oh,
goodness.
monsieur, you're so good at this photography. Look at the shot you get." Yeah, of course, I know. Yes. It took me a long time to be this good,
Do you specialize in yacht photography because of your naval background, or just because?
No, I always find in life you do best what you love. Yeah? So anyone listening to what I'm saying to you now, if you pick a career that you love, you don't go to work every day, you go and do what you love every day. Yeah? I didn't particularly go into this industry for money. I went into it because I love recording images, and I had a lovely wife who supported me through the first, well, most of it really. Where was I going with this? You asked me a question. What was it? We forgot. We've gone off track here.
Oh, it's...
Yeah.
No, I was asking if you specialize in yacht.
Yeah, sure. So yeah. Well, the story was I started photography late in life. I was 32. Now, what got me into it? I had those little embers burning in the back of my mind about my father and those pictures that we had and the camera that we had, and it was a magical little box to me at the time. And I started my own business, and it became very successful, and I had some big construction lorries made by a company called DAF. And I designed the lorry to have a crane not up the front but on the back, and we were delivering building materials. So my lorries could back in, pick up the bricks, come round like this and load up the site, giving the builder all the materials where he wanted them.
Yeah.
Wow, what an edge. Daff said to me, "Can we photograph your lorry for our magazine?" So I said, "Yeah, come down my builder's yard."
So this was your invention, the lorry with the green?
Yeah. I invented a few things in that industry that are still going now, but that's been the creative process, right, which you need for photography.
Yeah.
So they came down and they photographed it, and I had all my yard clean. I had a guy in his uniform sitting on the back with a crane, and the guy turns up with a tripod, nice camera, and I said, "Can I help you?" And he said, "Yeah, of course, yeah." I said, "What do you need me to do?" He said, "Could you Anyway, we sat around and we had a coffee, and then he looked like this, and then he went, and then we had a coffee, and then he went, just move on.
Perfectly relaxed.
I said to him, "Is this what you do for a living?" Because my work was really hard, yeah, man. I was throwing cement around and bricks around, and that's what I look like this, you see. And he said, "Yeah." He said, "It's great." I said, "How much do you get paid for this?" This was in the 80s. He said, "I'll get £500 for today." I went, £500? You just used your thumb. He said, "Yeah." I said, I get £500 a month, and I'm working like
what was it, 18 hours a day, moving cement around?
Whatever you got to do, right? So we had a big recession, and I had a lot of money on loan to people, big builders. He might come in and add £20,000 worth of building material on that pro, and we had a massive recession in England, and everything crashed.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody paid me. So I remember I was with my wife Donna and our children. I lost my house. I lost my yard. I lost my business. I lost my money. And the bank sold everything and came back to me and said, "Oh, you still owe us $500,000. I said, "What? You just took my land worth this million and sold it for $200,000. What are you talking about?" Yeah, this is what happened.
Wow.
So I was walking up the road with my wife, with our bags and our babies, and my wife said to me, "What do you want to do now?" I said, "I want to be a photographer." She said, "What? Are you crazy?" I said, "Yeah, I want to be a photographer." So I went back to college at 32 and learned to become a photographer.
Wow, it's incredible. I mean, of course, in the moment, of all the things you could have chosen, maybe let's go back into the construction, photographer is it's so far off anything you'd put your mind to.
You know what I saw? This is what I saw. I worked really hard. I had forklifts, lorries, land, and it grew and grew.
You had your business.
But when it all went, the people that had a trowel and a van,
Yeah.
they all went bust. And the next day, they got a new van, and with their trailer, they're working again. I couldn't buy all this stuff back. So I said to myself, I'm going to do something nobody ever can take from me. Yeah, like if you're a doctor or you're a dentist or you're a... Yeah, you can always be a doctor, you can always Yeah.
I get
you can go anywhere and start again. So I'm going to have something where I can go anywhere and start again. So I did that.